Hello, shalom, hola, and welcome to the Spiritual Life with Mystic Reverend Travis Tidwell and my special friend here, Ashley.
Good evening, everybody.
Friend slash priestess slash psychic slash
Like
life coach.
life coach, you guys can find me on Instagram at the Pisces Life Coach. If you guys have any questions, DM me. And if you're looking for Travis Tidwell, he is at One Sacred Dragon. He's, I think, the first person that pops up, so he's not very hard to find on the internet.
I should be. Travis still gets you there. But I want to introduce my executive producer, Athena, and who's my daughter, High Priestess, who's behind the camera there and who's made this possible. We always have to acknowledge. Born a goddess from a
Hence
god.
the name Athena.
Yes, but we always have to remember that this podcast is powered by the Lord God Yahweh and by the Holy and Divine Spirit and by Sacred Dragon and Hermes and all those out there, angels and guides and spirits who are supporting us, sharing this information. You know, I've been using this podcast as also a platform for my philosophy about Sacred Dragon, which is just a system of information. You know, in this podcast, we're going to talk about putting yourself in divine light. And as we talk about divine light, the Holy and Divine Spirit and divine light, I mean, this is an energy that exists that's within all of us.
Absolutely. And it's a really good starting spot, like for you to start in meditation as well, because Travis introduced me to this method.
Right.
And I always feel really good when I initiate anything with this.
Right. Because the brain doesn't know the difference. If you've never seen What the Bleep Do We Know, that would be a good movie for everybody out there to kind of download. It's on Prime.
Is that currently on right now?
It is on Prime. You can get it on Prime. I've seen it there. Try to get the kids to watch it. But it is a little boring. But they're using, there are scientists, professors on quantum physics. And there's well-known psychics and mediums in that documentary. That will tell you the brain does not know the difference. If you close your eyes and say, I'm in a pyramid of light and visualize that, your brain knows and sees that you're in a pyramid of light, period.
Yeah. But I know for some people it is a little hard to like visualize. So
yeah, no, you're right. But they do give you an example, which I'll use. It's kind of crude, so don't be offended.
Yeah.
But they say even when you close your eyes, you visualize yourself having sex, you're masturbating. You're having the orgasm just like you're with that person, but that person's not there.
Yeah, like
the
you're
brain,
you're simulating it in your mind.
Yes, because the brain does not know the difference. That's the only reason why you can get that kind of chemical reaction from your body, because your brain induced it. So, you know, same kind of philosophy, you know, on that level. If I visualize myself in a pyramid of light, I am in a pyramid of light. My brain thinks I'm, and so it is. You know, it's really, really that easy. But
so really transporting yourself. Could you really transport yourself at that moment in time? It's that easy.
It could be, depending on how evolved you are. But for those out there who are listening and watching us on YouTube,
Travis Tidwell podcast.
Travis Tidwell podcast at YouTube. .com, I guess it would be. And
hit the subscribe button below, by the way.
Hit
There's some
subscribe.
Great episodes
But also, don't forget that I have that album on Spotify and iTunes, Travis Tidwell, Time Has Come. And that's been played all over the world, thank God.
Can you give us like a little tiny...
No!
Please, Travis, you have to. Athena,
Time
please
has
convince...
come for a change. Yeah, actually...
convincing.
Yeah, no convincing, that's right. No, it's at the end of the podcast. My daughter, the executive producer, has that a little bit of that song, Time Has Come for a Change, on the end of the podcast. You'll get a little taste of that. You can download the album and buy it. But back to this divine light, you know, it's really important for people to know that if they're smoking weed, they're in light. You know, if they're doing heroin, they're in divine light. Nothing's going to stop you from being in the light except yourself.
Oh, so what you're saying is that like whoever's in maybe like a bad spot, like it's still easy to find. It's still available to all.
That's why we're talking about putting yourself in a pyramid of light. You know, putting yourself in divine light. You don't have to be just in a pyramid, but just in the light itself. You know, we practice visualizing a beam of light coming to our crown chakra as we inhale through our nose. And when we exhale, we visualize all toxic negative energy being released as we exhale through our mouth out of our body.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I remember specifically asking you a while ago. I was like, the first thing I visualize is the Luxor in Vegas. And you're like, that's right. Like, you just have this stream of just divine light just stuck to your chakra, right?
If that works, yeah, you bet.
Okay, cool.
You know, I mean, for me,
very fifth element.
yeah, you know, for me, I've been doing this 32 years. I am in a pyramid of light.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no way out of it. And you know, for those who have not meditated, I am on Zoom. I'm on the internet, so you can actually find me. Give me an email. I can give you my phone number. You can link in, or we can link you in some way, and you can meditate with us. But meditation's part of this. But just going back to the light, being in a pyramid of light, it's real easy. So, you know, you might want to sit down in a chair, you know, as we are just casually, and then just kind of visualize, you know, hey, I got this light I'm in, and this light is healing me. This light is healing me. This light is putting energy into my body, into my mind and my soul.
So another thing I visualize too for other people that may not have, that may have a hard time with it is the White Stripes music video where you see the pyramid that's just like going. I visualize that, but just like white.
I don't think I've seen that video. What song is that on?
The White Stripes.
Yeah, what song?
Seven Nation Army. Oh my God,
what is it?
best song ever.
I don't think I've seen the video.
You'll
then,
love
or
it.
Maybe I don't remember.
Let's take it back.
That's a long time ago.
Yes.
A long time ago.
For anyone that doesn't know, I'm secretly a music connoisseur. I just don't let too many people know that.
Yeah.
Only the close homies.
Yeah. As we hang out, I get to understand. Wow, yeah, you like that too, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
Yes.
it's pretty cool. Yeah, and you know, because a lot of people could be down on themselves, as I said earlier. They might not feel God connected. They might feel like they're losers, or people who just don't have good luck, or they're in pain in some sort. You know, putting yourself in a vision of light, connected to God, is going to be a good step to start.
And I think that's also a good thing to also state is that you shouldn't have to feel like you're stuck in a state of being a victim. You don't have to always be a victim of your circumstance.
No, you have to learn.
Yeah, you have to learn, but like, you know, doing this divine light, that's your sacred spot. Like no one else can touch that. That's all yours.
You know, you're totally right about that. And that's why I say pyramid of divine light. You're in that pyramid, nothing can hurt you, nothing can attack you. You know, and you're breathing that into your body. You know, into your nose, out through your mouth when you're relaxing and you're visualizing that pyramid.
So when I'm inhaling, what am I inhaling? The pure white light?
Yes, when you're inhaling through your nose, you're breathing in through your nose. Actually, what you're doing is you're opening up the top of your head, which is your crown chakra, and a beam of light is coming down into your body when you breathe in.
And sometimes you could feel it tingling at the top of your head. This has happened to me on actually, as we're talking right now, I can kind of feel it starting.
Yeah, there you go, little activation of the psyche.
Yeah, I was
here.
like, damn, that was kind of weird.
Athena, are you getting that too?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay,
so
I'm glad
bad.
it wasn't just me.
You're bad, girl. She's on her phone. She's like every other teenager in today's world.
No. So now that it's activating on like the top of your head. So then I'm inhaling light and then I'm exhaling what?
Yeah. So then at that point, as you're putting that divine light energy into your body, you know, when you're exhaling, you know, you're going to release all the toxic stuff that's being removed now. That's, you know, the light's coming in and it's pushing out all the toxic stuff you've encountered that day, and hopefully any disease or illness you're suffering from.
Now, should I be visualizing white light exhaling from out of my body as well, or kind of like a gray smoke, maybe dark? Like smoker's lungs, kind of.
Maybe if you wish, it you know, use your intuition for that. Honestly, when I breathe in through my nose and I have the light going in my body, when I exhale, I don't visualize a color as much as I do just the energy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I always visualize like smoke, just kind of like
and
kind of like feeling out like it's swirling, and it's like very
Why not?
misty.
Why not? Like it'll be different for everybody,
right?
You know, and that's the nice thing too about my middle pillar meditation. You know, I give you a guided meditation, and I put you in that pyramid of light, and you know, we go through the 3 pyramids, and it's just so empowering to have that moment of connecting to the pyramid of divine prosperity, the pyramid of healing, the pyramid of love.
I'm glad you're talking about this because it kind of goes back into the foundation of what you're actually about. So you personally, how did you stumble across this exercise to be like, I guess, effective in your life and other people's whom you've touched?
Well, you know, that's a good question. I mean, probably my first teacher was when we were talking about meditation. She goes, well, I want you to visualize that you have this angel with you and you're in this light. And I said, do you mean pretend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
She got all pissed off at me. And I was like, but I'm sorry, I don't know what visualize me. I mean, really. But yeah, you're going to have to start with that. There's going to have to be that visualization, of a light. And there has to be that visualization of not only that light, but you connecting with that light and you feeling that light. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. But I guess I should have reworded my question. So kind of like more of like, where did the mysticism maybe originate to where?
So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Because I know that the topic of light comes up everywhere.
Yeah, no, well, that's from the beginning of time.
Of course.
I mean, Solomon, all the high priests and monks, Dalai Lama, they're all going to talk about this. Probably in some aspect, it goes back to the ancient masters and teachers when you see the drawings of them, and you could see their auras.
Yes, and it's always white light. Like
there's always a light there. There's that light there. So
it's a common theme.
Yeah, well, and that's also called the light body in some aspect.
Of
but
course.
Yeah, so you see that in the ancient drawings, which means they could probably see that obviously on that person who is exuding that kind of energy.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure like just back in those days, like not even really understanding or being able to put into words what they're actually seeing form before their eyes. So that has to be like some real dense power.
Yeah, you bet. We've seen pictures of paintings of Jesus with a UFO in the background, go to the History Channel.
Of course.
Or the Smithsonian, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to get that kind of information. I mean, it's definitely out there, but you're right. Totally you're right about that.
Yeah, definitely. And so while I'm in this pyramid of divine white light, what can I be doing? Like, am I just visualizing myself sitting there?
Well,
and I'm
you're going to visualize yourself sitting there happy, healthy, that light's in your body. It's regenerating you. It's grounding you, recharging you.
It's like purifying.
Rejuvenating you, recharging your battery. It's going to give you all of that. And it should give you calm. And then at that point, you know that you're one-on-one also with your divine source.
I was just thinking that. I was like, all right, God, it's just you and me now. Like,
yeah, and whatever name you want to put on that energy, we don't care. I don't care. He's the formless one with many names. I mean,
absolutely.
Allah, Adonai,
El Shaddai.
Him, El Shaddai, whatever, baby.
Yeshua.
Whatever rocks your boat, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
No, but seriously, I mean, you have to be open for that source. You can't really let a title or a description block you from receiving that.
So just feel it.
And it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, whatever you are, you're connected to this light.
Yeah, you're a part of the whole. And I think you've said this before.
It's like, race, huh?
I want to be, you're like, I don't want to be a spectator. I want to be a participant. And I think this is a nice starting spot for someone that wants to start participating.
You bet. Good call.
And let me ask you, like, while I'm in this pyramid of divine white light, is there like maybe a good amount of time? Like maybe like, and I guess that leads to another question. Should I be alone? Can I be driving my car when I do this?
Okay, here's the deal. Driving your car, sure, you can do that with your eyes open.
Yeah, like you really have to like put yourself there.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, and that's what I promote in all my philosophy with what we're doing with spirit. It's not really rocket science. But here's the deal. Yeah, if you can be home alone, put yourself in that vibration, maybe light a candle or not, maybe... as I said, visualize yourself not only connecting with the light, but one with the source.
So like for maybe a good 5 minutes, maybe
at least,
just sitting there like.
At least.
Okay.
At least, I would go as long as I could without falling asleep or getting too bored if you're getting bored, because it takes time to get into the groove of that. When I first started meditating, I hated it. I always was putting myself in divine light, and I thought that was enough. My teacher kept saying, well, did you meditate today? And I'd say, no, I didn't have time. And then, she says, well, you don't love yourself enough. And I'm thinking, yeah, I do.
I remember you. Yeah, you're right. No, it's like it's hard to force yourself to do that, but you have to.
You have to say, I love myself enough to meditate. I love myself enough to connect to this light that's with me 24/7. Even if you broke the law, you're still in the light. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Nothing is going to distract that light from being connected to you unless
your situations don't define who you are.
Well, only if you're got the Anton LaVon Satanic Bible, and you're doing bad things.
Anton LaVon.
And God bless his soul, spirit, and loved ones, because I'm sure he's in the light now. You know what I'm saying, baby? And God. Yeah. Well, no, I mean Yahweh's the creator of everything and everybody. So if there is a Satan, my father, your father, our father, created that vibration. Our source created it. So there's no fear for us with that. We don't look at the devil as an enemy or anything. There's just nothing there. You know?
There's nothing there. Don't feed into that.
Well, no, and he's part of our lower self of anger, greed,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. He does bring us positive things out of that. Make no mistake, he has to. Everything negative has a positive. Everything positive has a negative.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way this damn thing works.
Yeah, it's just the circle of life.
Yeah, so I don't have the same negative energy on him like most people do. Not to say that I play with him and communicate.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't.
not
Yeah,
at all.
but that's not the issue. I mean, I've been saying for a few years back now that I'm beyond good and evil.
You just got to elevate and vibrate at a certain frequency to where
Yeah,
those things
back
no
in the
longer
day,
affect you.
I've done a lot of house clearings and blessings and removed spirits.
Which, if you guys, eventually you guys will come across this video. It's actually pretty interesting. Your ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were cleansing the home.
Yeah.
With his silk open shirt, guys.
Yeah. I got some wild stuff back in the days. But no, seriously, it's amazing how I've gone through that whole energy of removing spirits and things of that nature. And honestly, it's because I have that connection with the source. It's because when I walk into that house with the negative spirit, I'm in a pyramid of light. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't distract me. I'm solid, I'm connected, I'm protected. That's also to the pyramid of light that you put yourself in protects you. You're in a bad spot, put yourself in a pyramid of light and see how you feel.
And is there any meditation or chanting or anything that specific that you would recommend to say?
Well,
for
basic beginners, it'd be I am that I am.
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 I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And that's, and you can hear it in my voice. I'm empowered by that statement. It's not, I am that I am. Mm-hmm. No. And if you have to start that way, so be it. But know that you are a divine soul. Mm-hmm. That's why you're connected to light. It doesn't matter what race you are, what culture, what religion, you are connected to light. Now put yourself in that light. Put yourself in that divine light. Visualize it.
Of course.
Don't just think about it. Do it, and see how your life starts to change.
Oh, it totally does.
See how more empowered you become.
That's your space. That's your time. Like, no one can break that bond.
Nobody can. And, it's like anything else. The more you focus on that, the more you adapt yourself to that in your everyday life, you know what I'm saying, the more power you're going to have.
Of course.
The better it gets. But, I've known people who've done heroin and drugs, and they feel like they're bad people. They're still in the light. Everything is still in the light, I don't care if you've had sex all night and watched porn. You're still in the light, John.
Yeah, I think that a majority of us are like light beings, and then it's like you have these lower encounters because we're living this earthly existence.
Well, because we still have flesh. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have a
part
lower
of the
self,
karmic lesson.
Lower self, higher self, but putting ourselves in the pyramid of light puts our lower self in that pyramid of light too.
And so I know you mentioned a little earlier the 3 pyramids. Now, can we do anything to amplify this?
Well, we can sit down, put ourselves in the pyramid of light, and then visualize a pyramid of money and good fortune. Sometimes you can close your eyes and you can see. I can see tables of gold bars. I can see tables of stacks of money. Come
on, keep talking.
Yeah, I see my angels bringing that in. Boy, now I got bars everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's my prosperity pyramid, and I see that. I see that's mine. I see cameras and contracts and whatever I want to see, and that's my pyramid. And then I would leave that pyramid and put myself into my. Then I would get rid of that pyramid out of my consciousness and go to my healing pyramid, and then I would spend time, just a few minutes, visualizing myself being healed. Visualizing whatever part of my body is aching. I'd start visualizing rainbows in that one. Rainbows are great healers.
To balance the chakras, or just the whole body?
Just to heal with. Mm-hmm. Rainbows of divine healing on the spot. Parts of your body are circling around you or within you to heal your body. And then you go to you switch out of that pyramid and you go to your pyramid of divine love. Mm-hmm. And there you're with your divine source, your creator. And you visualize receiving love from Yahweh for whatever time you want to spend. And those are the 3 pyramids that I work with.
Of course. And I actually love that whole hour meditation. It's so calming.
Yeah, it's a shame I can't do that every day. I don't have the lifestyle. I mean, I have an agenda every week. I do a Zoom class, with my students and people, and I'm doing meditation once a month.
You do a lot of classes for privates as well, if anyone's looking into that.
Yeah, so, there's there's a lot going on, and while COVID's been out, I haven't really charged anything for what's going on with Zoom right now. And so if you don't have any money and you want some spiritual information, give me a holler.
It's a great way to meet new people too, and people that might resonate a little bit more with you, that's looking to enter a spiritual path.
Yes.
And they're very open.
Yeah, you bet. And if you like the information you're receiving off this podcast, and you tried the visualization, breathing in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth and relaxing and sitting down and visualizing that pyramid, maybe you'll take it a step further and see an angel in the room with you or a guide, And
definitely people need to be open for that too.
You
And
bet.
I'm sure that's another topic.
Yeah. But if you're comfortable with that and you like that, go to my episodes 14, 15, and 16 and get your level 1 and 2 Reiki. And then give me an email at travistidwellpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll send you a certificate.
To talk to your angels, does that help?
Yes, always.
Okay.
Always. Yeah, if you don't know who your assigned angel is, shame on you. Everybody should know that. There's a lot of ancient information that says on Judgment Day we'll make a report card on our angels. So I'm always telling my angels, baby, you better take care of me, baby.
I was thinking, well, she's doing a good job now.
Well, I don't know about that. First of all, you're all going to get S or Ds. And then I will be no day at the beach on the other side. Trust me. You got to keep your angels on your toes. But you should know who your assigned angel is. If you don't, all my angels come close to me now. Okay, angels, this is what I need today. And you could be working with that. But normally my pyramid's too light. Let me go back to my money pyramid that I put myself in a pyramid of money. I also do my divine light meditation where I'm in a pyramid of light. I visualize an angel in front of me. I hold out my left hand because that's my receptive hand. Mm-hmm. And then I visualize that angel slapping $100 bills in my hand, baby. Seriously.
Just like slap it.
Slapping me down,
Come
baby.
down
just like in a YouTube song. 100, 200. Yeah. No, seriously. We can meditate for different reasons. We can put ourselves in divine light for different reasons. What am I doing that today for? Well, it's really for not only protection, but to be stimulated and nourished by this light and to be connected to my divine source.
Can you do it when you're trying to send waves, healing waves to someone else across the world? Maybe?
Yeah, sure you can. When you're in that higher self, you can pretty much do anything you want. Mm-hmm. You can visualize somebody being healed when you're in that pyramid of light. It doesn't even have to be the healing pyramid, but you can just be, when you're a pyramid, just sit there and think about what you want changed in your life or who you want to affect or help. And that goes out into the universe.
So what happens if you're in the pyramid of divine white light and you notice that you have a lot of fleeting thoughts that come, especially when you're in a time of like stillness? Sometimes that's when the worst thoughts come and you're like, no, not here, not now. I don't want this.
All negative thoughts need to be replaced by positive visions. Bottom line. And if you have a problem where you can't meditate, first of all, let's see if you can visualize yourself in a pyramid of light. I give you guys
some examples just to help out, okay? Yeah. Because that's what I had to do. Like, I'm like, that reminds me of
you're right.
this.
That's why I do a guided meditation. But like I said, and there's different reasons to meditate, to receive money, to receive healing, to connect to source. Mm-hmm. To send other people in. You're right, to communicate. There's just so many different, and they say basic prayer meditation. Prayer, I put my wishes or questions out into the universe, and then through meditation, I receive my answers. And that's part of the process. So, putting yourself in the divine light is going to benefit you in so many different ways. You could even put yourself in divine light, visualize your loved ones in divine light, and promote that divine light.
And send that someone else's way. You
bet, and promote that divine light with other people.
And you can use this as protection for your family members as well.
You bet. Why not? The pyramid has always been, you go in a pyramid, you're protected. That's part of the vibration.
So I know this may sound like a shallow thing to say or to ask, but when you're sending or when you're working with pyramid white light energy, like, how long is that supposed to resonate in your frequency and your vibration?
Well, actually, once you turn it off or you think you turn it off, let's say we sat down today and I did 5 minutes of visualizing myself in a pyramid of light and being one with spirit and healthy and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At that point, as I go throughout my day, that pyramid's still created. That does not go away, and it's still working while you're
Perfect.
Doing other things.
That's good to know. No, that's really good.
Yeah, and that's why I said the divine light's always with you, no matter what you're doing, whatever you've put into that light, it's still manifesting and still working, no matter what you're doing through the day.
Perfect.
So
Thank you so much for telling me. I
yeah,
had no
yeah,
idea.
yeah. I mean, I'm hoping, again, in the spiritual life, I put this podcast together years ago, hoping that it would be a TV show. And in every podcast episode, somebody would receive something to put into their daily life they can benefit from.
This is useful information, so I do feel that way.
Yeah, back in the day, I met Francesca Hilton, who is like Paris Hilton's cousin.
There's so many Hiltons.
Yeah, her cousin, her dad was Conrad Hilton, who started the Hilton Foundation, and then and her mom was Zsa Zsa Gabor. So she had been very interesting. God bless her soul and her spirit right now, and her loved ones and her family. But I actually met with her in Hollywood before, with some other people, and we were going to put this show. I had this spiritual soul all laid out for her.
No, I believe it. It will help us
story.
make it to the top. Shit.
Well, for all of you out there,
subscribers.
subscribe, please. Tell your friends. If you like what you hear, like what you see, please promote us.
Yes.
I want to thank Ashley for being here tonight. You can contact her at where now?
The Pisces Life Coach on Instagram, and I'm opening an Etsy shop soon. So if you follow me, you'll be able to stay up to speed with that.
Please do. She's so talented and has
Thank
some
you.
great stuff she's making. And I'm available at travistidwell.us. You can contact me here at Travis Tidwell Podcast at gmail.com or Travis Tidwell Podcast on YouTube. I want to thank my executive producer as always for putting up with me, devoting her at this time and sacrificing her time for me.
Thanks, Athena.
Yeah,
she's such a sweet
She's
doll.
just the best.
Yes.
And I always want to thank the Lord God Yahweh for everything we have and will have. And I want to bless all of you out there on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and however you're listening to us. Bless you, your family, your loved ones, your pets.
And thank you so much for your
Planet Earth.
support more than anything.
Yeah, and thank you for
Definitely.
being here and your
Thank you.
presence and your spiritual energy and everything that's going on
Thanks
here.
for inviting me.
God bless planet Earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Time has come to rearrange. Time has come for a change.